going on, man? Another random topic video. This one is my JPD story. JPD equals Junior Player Development. It basically was a football camp, like it was a day camp. I went to this camp as, I think I was still in middle school. And my football coach, and the funny thing, this is like right before football season. I think it was like 6 weeks or something like that, and June, July. Meanwhile, football season starts in like August. But it was something for us to do throughout the summer, so it was dope. So they held it at like Joslin Rec. The thing, Joslin Rec isn't too far from my house. I don't know if it's still there, but it wasn't too far from my house. So I used to go over there, try to ball from time to time. It was usually closed. I never got when the hours was. I went there for football camp, and it was a lot of the different coaches that was in like the inner city leagues. So the first day I go in there, it's just mad players. Everyone's on, all the players is on like in the bleachers, and all the coaches is on the basketball court. They had something like a draft damn near, and they kind of drafted people to the different teams, and that was the team you was play for throughout the whole camp. And it was full pads. It was weird because it was like there was no like linemen. There might have been like one or two, like two guards and a center, a quarterback, running back, wide receivers. That was it. So it wasn't like a full offense versus a full defense. It was kind of like just pieces of it, and we would go against each other. And but it was still fun. It was just something to do, I guess. So I actually ended up, funnily enough, I ended up on my coach's team, Coach Ernest. The same guy who I played for, since I was like 7 years old. So that was a bonus. So I already knew the coach. And because there wasn't too many linemen, I didn't have to play lineman. I actually got to play running back. So I loved it. I was in heaven. Throughout my life, I mainly just had to play offensive line or defense. I didn't mind the defensive roles. Defense was cool. Played like safety or sometimes cornerback, even linebacker. I was all over the place on the defensive side, but offense, they usually had me at like a guard position. My coach thought I was slow. At least that's what he says, but I got deceptively fast speed. You know what I'm saying? And part of it probably not running as fast as I possibly could, but anyway, he thought I was slow, so he would always put me on the line. But now at this camp, it's only like 2-3 linemen, so I got to be running back. So yeah, it was mad fun. I finally got the ball like I always want to, and so everything's going cool. Camp's going good. We started off just practicing with our teams, and eventually we start scrimmaging other teams. We played in this field behind Joslin Rec. It belonged to like some school, but I don't even remember. I think it was just some field. Whatever, it was just some field. But anyway, I ended up getting hurt one day. I fucked my toe up. I actually had to, my coach called my mom. She came to get me, took me to the hospital. Was in the emergency room for a little bit. They looked at me, gave me a cast, and I was just in the cast for like, I don't know, like a week or two. So I'm thinking, and mind you, I still got football in August. It's like July. So I'm like, yeah, I'm going to just sit up and just wait for football season because, I'm going to miss like two weeks during the camp. What's the point of that? So I made a decision that I'm not going back, even if I do heal up in time. The heal up time didn't take as long as I thought it would. I probably say like 2 weeks later, I'm ready to go. But me, I'm like, I missed like 2 weeks in the middle. Like, what the fuck's the point of going now? Like, I'm probably not even gonna get my spot back, but my mom forced me to go. My coach actually kept calling, like, is Kyle right? Is he able to come back? She was like, yeah, he's supposed to come back. He's supposed to come back like days ago. So she found out I wasn't going, and I was like, what's the point? And she's like, nope. I think did she pay money for it? Yeah, that's probably the reason why. Because she paid money for it. That's why she forced me to go. She literally just drove me there one day, and, I was back. I was able to get my spot back, but, not even necessarily, but again, it was so few people that even was in the camp to begin with. I got touches, I didn't start, but I got touches. Yeah, it was cool. And I remember the first day I get back, so we go to practice, go through everything. So I'm getting ready. I'm walking home, and then all of a sudden, my boy Hank, I see. Matter of fact, no, it was his cousin. I remember him because I went to school with him. We went to middle school together. He was like an upperclassman. And one day, and he just runs over to me. And he's just like, yo, I heard you been talking shit about my cousin. My cousin Hank. And he points to Hank. And Hank and them, they're like way, they didn't walk up to me, so they was like way off in the distance, like waiting for him. Hank and his brother Jeff. And he's like, yo, so if you talking shit, my cousin's right there. You give you the head up right now. So me, I'm just like, what the fuck? I ain't even been there in like 2 weeks. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, nah, Hank's my nigga. Like, I ain't say shit about him. I don't know what the fuck's going on. Niggas must have been, niggas lying on me. So he was like, yo, you sure? I'm like, yeah, man, I ain't got nothing to lie about. And he's like, all right. And then he walked back over, and the three of them went home. you know, which is strange to me. So I end up walking home, and Hank lived like he probably lived like 4 or 5 streets down from me. So as I'm walking home, it's funny because I see him right on this corner of his street, and I see him. So I'm like, let me see what's up with this nigga. So I walked over to him, dapped him up, and it was nothing. He didn't say nothing about it. I was just like, they probably So I was just thinking they mistake me for somebody else. You know, I ain't say nothing. He didn't say nothing about it, so I didn't say nothing about it. Part of me thought he was kind of just fucking with me, like yo, go over there and act like we want to fight him or some shit. I don't know. We never talked about it, so you know, flee to a giant. I'm all discombobulated right now. Excuse me. But anyway, I remember the last day of JPD. Finally, my coach put me in. I swear they set me up, like, because, mind you, there's no lineman. I'm a running back. They give me like a toss play. There's no lineman. So my boy boxer, you know, Demetrius Andre, who, you know, he's boxing now, doing his thing. Shout out to my nigga. This nigga has a direct path right to me. And they toss me the ball. Literally, the second it touches my hands, this dude scoops me up, lifts me in the air, and straight power bombs me on my fucking neck. When I'm telling you, everybody's dying laughing, I'm just like, what the hell, you know? And we didn't have no like thigh pads on either. We just had like shoulder pads and shorts on. So I just got completely fucked up. And it's like the last play, the last shit. Everybody's just dying laughing. But, you know, I had a couple carries earlier, you know, gained some yards, so it wasn't a complete waste. But that shit right there, that shit was crazy. Like, everybody was dying laughing, like, oh shit. Like, I got lit up. I swear, I think my coach set me up since for trying to cut out and not trying to show up and shit. But, you know, it was whatever. It was all fun and games. And also, as part of the program, they took the whole program to go see the New England Patriots training camp. And, you know, we got to meet like Willie McGinnis, and it was a young Tom Brady at the time. And this is before Bledsoe got hurt. So Tom Brady was just a young, probably like a rookie or something that year. He was just another guy on the team back then. So yeah, he didn't come up to us and say nothing, but, you know, it was only like Willie McGinnis and somebody else. I don't even remember. Yeah, it was a dope experience, you know. It was my first time ever seeing anything, being around the professionals in any capacity. You know, I'd been to like some minor league baseball games, but, you know, nothing to that magnitude. Still haven't been to like an NBA game, but you know how that goes. But anyway, so, and then the funny thing is, once football thing started, you know, once everything's all said and done, camp's over, August hit, I seen a lot of the players from JPD who we had met there playing for the Saints. Like, this nigga Ernest is one of the illest recruiters in Rhode Island, man. This nigga recruited mad players. Yo, he would stay doing that. Like, one time, I went to like Walgreens near my house. I see him out there passing flyers out for the I'm like, damn, nigga, like, you know, this dude don't never stop. Like, he went hard, man. He really cared about like that football league, or just football in general, coaching the young kids, and I guess taking them out the streets, giving them something to do. So, you know, salute to Ernest. He should be at like a college level program recruiting. I mean, he matter of fact, it was a point where he went to coach. He was coaching at my high school. He literally, it's like a couple years after I graduated, he got the team to the team was actually good. You know, they went to the playoffs and everything, you know. I don't know how that ended up. I don't think he's still there now, but he should be at like he should be a recruiter at like a college somewhere, you know, recruiting players, because he's one of the best recruiters I've ever seen. Anyway, that's my JPD story. Hope y'all enjoyed it. Not much to learn from it, but just another dope experience I had growing up. Peace. Holla at your boy.